sincere belief that the more like-minded individuals we can get to be a part of it, the better the opportunity we actually have of reaching those aforementioned solutions. So please, 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 if you would be so kind, take a quick second to share the broadcast. Again, this is Herb and Tou. It is intellectual thuggery at its absolute finest.
Yes, yes.
My name is Herb. His name is Tou. Tou, what's happening, good brother?
What's up, family? I'm blessed and highly favored, man. How you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. If I was doing any better, I'd sell myself. I'm truly feeling pretty good. Things are going good. Been super busy, but good busy. You know what I'm saying? Trying to figure out how to, manage the time as best I can. It's not my strong suit, as we talk about quite often. But
Indeed.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. We had a meeting Saturday. I was only like 40 minutes late.
Only 40. You made it in you right.
I'm getting there.
Like 40 minutes late.
I'm getting there, my G. You know what I'm saying? So,
That was like 30 minutes early in real life.
Hey, y'all text. I saw E like, yo, I'm here. And I'm like, shit. I'm like waking up. Like, because I had woke up. I had set my alarm and plenty of time to be at the meeting. And I thought I hit snooze, but clearly I hit stop. And next thing I knew, y'all was at the meeting spot. I'm like, damn. Well,
that's the Aries shit, man. I've grown accustomed.
Let me get my ass to fucking sip and savor too then. Yeah. I'm like, let me brush my teeth, y'all. I'll be there in a minute, Joe.
At least brush them.
Let me at least brush my teeth. You know what I'm saying?
At least.
I'm glad you brushed your teeth, man. But I said, that's probably like 30 minutes early from your regular time.
Other than that, all is well, man. The Bear season's winding down. As much as I love that, I'll be glad when this particular season comes to a merciful end. The Philadelphia Eagles came and set it on them yesterday. It was good to watch Jalen and Justin do their thing. Jalen Hurts, quarterback from the Eagles. Shorty nice, too.
Justin Field run the whole fucking field on their ass, then he called it back, huh?
Well, he stepped out of bounds at like the 10. Otherwise, he would have had just another one of them sick touchdown runs. He didn't have 3 or 4 of them joints this year already. That one would have been another one. Dude is Houdini. I'm going to start calling him Kid Houdini. He's Shorty get out that jam like few I've ever seen. He different, Joe.
Shorty get out that jam.
He get out that jam for real, for real. But I do like him. I think the Bears finally got a fucking quarterback, which is cool. Other than that, man, things are smooth. If this was a Relationship Friday show,
you have some shit for me?
Oh, I got one for you, Jack.
Yeah.
I got one for you. Okay.
Hard,
I've got something for you. Looking at this. Yeah. But no, other than that, I'm good, man. I've been chilling. Went out. What was that? Thursday? Was it Thursday? Wednesday? Thursday. Went over to Dorian's over there off Damon and North.
Never heard of it.
Cool spot. It was my first time going there too, but a cool spot. Good sight lines of the stage. They got the stage like over the bar, like behind the elevator. You've been to no, hell no, you ain't been to.
I'm old, I don't go nowhere.
Nah, it's new. This the shit they just put on Lake. Tribe. Yeah. They got a similar setup.
You niggas go everywhere. I go to high school basketball games at home.
Two don't be outside. But anyway, they was putting a joint together. Him, DJ Clark Kent, DJ J Illa, couple artists was performing. Dope night. So I slid through there. Ended up getting drunk because that's what I tend to do. Okay. I just sit at the bar the whole time.
Staying true to brand.
Yeah, I'm consistent, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I seen you.
Yeah. I'm just standing at the bar the whole time, and Dave on the mic, and he yelling, "Now, hey, what up?" He like, "Hey, yo, I need an hour on the show this week." I'm like, "Shit, whatever, come through, man, pull up." We had a good time though, man. Shout out to Clark Kent, shout out to Illa. It was definitely a dope time. But everybody was up in there, and Zoe was up in there. He chilling in the cut, he just laid back. I'm like, "Yo, you'll come to the podcast?" He like, "When?"
He hit you with the voice.
Hit him with the Ryan O'Neal.
You know how you lean your head like
Ryan O'Neal,
like 43 degrees. When? It's like,
hit you. When is it?
Right. Nah, but it's good, man. If y'all are somehow unfamiliar with the two brothers rocking with us here in the studio today, to my right, he of Fashion Geek. It is Fashion Geek Zoe, the one and only Zoe. What's happening, man? Feeling good, man. Appreciate you taking the time out your schedule, man, to come chop it up with us. It's an absolute pleasure. And across the way, over there, back for is this the second or third time you've been on the show? At least the second, for sure.
Second time.
He of Fly. one and only Dave Jeff. Dave,
What's up,
what's the
y'all?
word, Pop?
Everything is good, man. Everything is good. Full motion all day, baby.
I love to hear it. I love to hear it. Appreciate you taking the time out. Come chop it up with us as well, man. Let's get straight into you got a joint coming up Wednesday.
Yeah.
What's to it?
It's this it's Puma times do say holiday party, man. So just like it's the season or whatever.
Some more shit for me to go to and get drunk.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
That's why I like coming to your shit. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, man. Thank you.
I never leave the same way I came.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Hold up. Just hearing the title of the event and who's behind it, I just realized why y'all have such biased ass opinions on the rapper we were just talking about before the camera.
We're not starting that.
No.
You're not starting
I'm
that
just
just yet
saying,
because
goddamn.
your ass is tweaking.
I'm just
We-
saying,
we
goddamn.
getting to it.
I get it. I ain't say his name because I can't recant the statements in front of the camera, but I get it now.
We gonna get
I
to
fully
it.
understand
No,
that.
we gonna-
we
we
Because it's to go.
Please, let's definitely.
Yeah, we're gonna touch it to it. We're gonna touch on that because your ass is tweaking.
This is why we have to add that to the outline now, and this is why we run overtime.
Hey, it is what it is, man. These are the important conversations.
This is why we got
You know what I'm
E4O controlling things, but we still veer off the road sometimes. But it's all good.
Yeah. It's
Nah,
that's like Van Jones saying he didn't say apologize for Kanye. I get it. I understand. It's okay. I understand.
Something wrong with
now.
you, man.
I understand now.
I'm doing things at new spaces or whatever, so it's gonna be a Hue,
Yeah.
whatever, rocking with them guys, and just a club. It's gonna be fly, for lack of a better word.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. That's gonna be dope. Looking forward to that. I probably gotta swing by the store tomorrow and grab some new flat pieces or something, man.
Why
So
not?
I can come in there proper. You feel me?
Mhm.
Come through correct. Tou wanted to fight me this summer.
Why for?
Cause I just told you, like every time I come to your shit, I end up getting drunk.
And you was an hour late for something to
No, I was on time, but
First of all, I didn't want to fight you.
yes, he wanted to fight.
No, I played the role I always play. I'm just corrective behavior. You like my oldest. You like my
I like
oldest
that.
son.
I
man.
like
You know
that.
what
I
I'm
like
saying?
that. I
That's
like
all
that.
it is.
This nigga.
Sometimes you got to correct the behavior. That's all, baby.
So
That's it, man.
Summerfest, right?
Okay.
So all weekend, y'all gave us, unlimited access. We everywhere. We backstage. We're in the VIP tents, the open bars. Everything is going on. So by the end of these days,
You was upside down.
I'm like sideways.
Okay.
No, nigga, you was upside
You
down.
was upside down.
I'm like sideways. But the problem is that to be sideways at the end of the night, that's when it's time for me to talk to Ashanti.
Ah.
You know what I'm saying?
Ah.
And so, as we do, getting in positions to do these interviews, because we did everybody throughout the day, and, we talking to people when it's early, and these interviews are just fine. By the time it's time to talk to Buster or it's time to talk to Ashanti,
It's kind of slizzy.
mm,
Slizzy.
mm,
Slurred.
He
Yo-
wanted to
yo-
fight
yo-
security.
Your verbs
You know,
became
all that
nouns.
type of shit. You know what I mean?
No, it was just, the
I got a bad hip. I can't be out here fighting security,
Say,
motherfucker. I'm
fuck
too old
that.
for this shit.
You
You
say,
know what I
fuck
mean?
that.
nah, so
Corrective actions. That's all.
it was fine. We had a great time, though, man. Salute. I'm sure y'all already in the works on that again,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
That's probably like a 12-month
if you've seen
thing.
if you've seen the scissor reel, tickets actually on sale right now.
Really.
Yeah. HighParkSummerFest.com.
Love it.
Yep.
Love it.
Yep. 2-day passes, I think, are $89 or something like that. But as we locking the talent down and everything now,
See, people, you get the
then-
2-day passes right now. $90,
now,
you gone.
and please do it now. Please do it.
No,
now.
they're going to wait until,
They
June 10th,
until they $300,
and then they're going to be mad
and
at
then
you.
they're gonna be mad on why they $300.
You ain't getting when they was $90.
That's how
The
that
game
works.
was the game.
That's how that works.
You know, the game was the game.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, that's super, super dope. So what's been going on with you, man? Obviously, you have built, one of the most recognizable brands across the country and even in international spaces, man. For those that don't know, just take us back on that a little bit, man, to the inception of what everybody knows now to be Fashion Geek.
Yeah, I mean, we started in 06. It's a brand. I had 3 stores in Chicago. We do a ton of wholesale. And I'll just fast forward to 2019 when I partnered up with Puma. And that was the beginning of a new chapter. You know what I'm saying? We still family, but I mean, it's just a streetwear brand that's been ran by me alone, actually. You know what I'm saying? And it's still rocking. It's still really popular. We still do really well.
How'd you all build a relationship with Puma? How'd you all get in alignment with Puma?
Puma got started because a friend of mine was she worked as the sales rep for Puma, and she had me on the influencer list. I hate the word influencer. I think it's corny. You know what I'm saying? So pardon me. But, yeah, she had me on the list as an influencer, and we rocked out. You know what I'm saying? They would send me shoes that wasn't doing well in the market. My Instagram was popping at the time, and she would just ask me to post them. You know what I'm saying? And it was just, we had Nike City. Everybody was Nike, including myself. And I just switched over, started posting the Puma. And then we rocked out like that for like a year. My big homie Emery was already in the building, Emery Jones. You know what I'm saying? He was doing his own thing. And then one show.
We're going to get to your bullshit one way or the other, ain't we?
Yeah, I'm saying.
One way or the other, we'll get to your bullshit.
I keep hearing these names. I'm just saying. Just saying.
Well, Ryan wasn't even on that.
Right, he wasn't.
I'm just
Not on
saying.
that,
Just stating facts.
I
Just
mean,
stating facts.
that's Hov best friend.
You're right, but just stating facts.
Yeah, he was rocking with the brand, and I remember we was in Vegas, and I went by the booth. Emery bought me by the booth. He didn't know that I already had a relationship with him, and he was like, "Yo, this the guy I keep telling y'all about. This is it." And they was just like, "Yo, it's time to push the button." And maybe a year later, that's when we just got to the design aspect. That was the kickoff of the Puma thing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what got the ball rolling. Just being consistent, because my homegirl don't get enough credit for that. You know what I'm saying? It kind of bothers me. My homegirl, Rashonda, she really, really pushed them like, no, I'm the sales rep. These shoes are not doing well at all. I got this guy that has a following just with style and what he do, and he'll go left. We should give him a chance. And it worked. You know what I'm saying? And give me a chance. Yeah, they don't.
Sidebar though, but I'm gonna have to call Jungle Nas brother to come sponsor some Chicago events, just so Nas can get his due credit around this motherfucker.
He do. He get his credit. Just you don't bring the. No, I ain't gonna do that.
No, that's all love. That's all love.
Yeah. It's just I love Esco, but yeah, that's how it started. That's what kicked off the whole Puma everything in Chicago. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They let me get a shoe, and then that's just when we wreaked havoc. We went crazy, man.
I saw a lot of
Let
that
us in the door. It's over with.
relationship and alignment building between both of you guys with Emery, right? And I know Ho speaks about Emery often, adds a lot of visibility and value to the product and to the brand just because of his relationship with Emery. What do you all think Emery's impact was, and like how did Emery get involved in Puma? Do y'all know that story?
Yeah. He just I met Emery. That's another thing. I bought him around. I had an opportunity to style Wale. I actually met him. I met his managers. Well, I didn't meet him. They used to come around Dave a lot. A lot of the events that Dave was doing GMO. This was Wale management at the time. You know what I'm saying? But they asked me to style Wale for a Grammy he was getting. He was getting a Grammy. And they flew me to L.A. like, yo, we need you to get Wale this look. We feel like we got a vision. And they introduced me to Emery there. So I'm talking to Emery for like 30 minutes, you know what I'm saying? And Wale did some wild shit. I mean, sorry. Well, I ain't sorry.
No, sorry.
Yeah.
If he did some wild shit, he did some wild shit.
Yeah, Wale is different, you know what I'm saying? Me and Dave got tons of story with dude.
Let's get into him. Let's get into him. We want to hear some of the Wale
Bad,
story.
man.
We've already named this nigga. We might as well tell a story.
So I'm sitting there with Wale.
Hey, Wale,
Nah,
you a weirdo.
yeah.
Nah, I ain't gonna
Look,
say that.
yeah,
I said it.
look.
You shouldn't have dissed Harold's, nigga. We on that with you,
He
man.
did this here. Fuck Wale.
You know what I'm saying? All right, yeah. So we're gonna keep it a buck. Yeah, dude, a weirdo. You
Hey,
know,
we on the
man.
same kind of time, okay?
Yeah.
One Chicago nigga go, we going.
Yeah, so
Change.
I'm gonna tell you,
Change.
they fly me out to style him. I get him right. He walk in the venue. We had a private dinner, and he just come up to me like, "Damn, how you dress better than me?" And I'm like, "We just agreed on
He
your look."
seemed like that
Yeah,
kind of
like
nigga, man.
we just agreed on your. You was. I mean, you mad because I just got
Was I
you
supposed
right.
to dumb my fit
Right,
down?
and then I do this for real. You're a rapper. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like,
I'm the fashion guy. You a rapper. You act
Yo.
like my 16 was better than
yo,
yours.
so
DC ass nigga.
I'm a wow. So
No.
So-
That's how they act.
so Emery walks past though. What? Nah, I can't do that.
So you can do it, G.
Nah,
Do it.
no.
Go for it. Go for it.
We'll edit it out. We can edit it out.
I've already went too far.
What?
But yeah, that's how I met Emery. You know what I'm saying?
It was this fuck ass nigga, right? He was tight about my gear.
Ass nigga over here.
Yeah, so I got
you
him
know what I'm
together.
saying? yeah. So I'm talking.
Guess
to
he's not
Emory.
gonna be on Summerfest.
Yeah, Emory laughing real hard, and I didn't even know. I love this dude named Jay-Z a lot, man. You should listen to him.
I might
You
check
should
him out
really
one day.
check him
Yeah,
out.
like so I just went like, man, I know who he is. So this is when Instagram first started. I mean, it wasn't even popping yet because at the time, Emory had like nobody knew who Emory was, man.
Yeah.
And I shouted him out like, yo, met the big homie, like coolest dude ever, yada yada yada. He responded, oh, that's you. And he followed me right back, and he had been a fan of the brand because another one of my guys worked in the Rock Nation office, and I always had my clothes on. And we just was inseparable. You know what I'm saying? I flew Emory to Chicago maybe 7 years straight. He was coming to Chicago every other month. This is one of his favorite cities on the low. People don't know that. You know what I'm saying? And we just got real tight. Went from meeting to FaceTime every day. And
So the moral of the story is that even fuck niggas could put you in good position.
I didn't say that, but
No,
absolutely.
I said it's
That's
okay.
usually how it happens.
I stand on it. I ain't scared of
Well,
Wale.
if
Fuck
you want to
Wale.
keep it a buck, the fuck niggas usually are the ones that put you in
That's
this.
real shit.
One time, I put something together at Magic, like we had like a Chicago type thing, or whatever. For y'all that don't know Magic. Magic is like the auto show, but for clothes, or whatever. And he at the time, he was walking around with JoJo Capone of all people. I think about this now.
Oh, I want to say something so bad.
I think about
Oh,
this.
I want to say something so
Nah,
bad.
I think about this. I think about this now.
He's tight with JoJo.
Yeah, I think about this now, but that's just exactly like just clear. You know what I'm saying? Clear as day, or whatever. And JoJo was like, "Hey, well, this is Dave Jeff, this is that and the other," and I'm just like, "Oh man." And then he had been through the store, everything or whatever, and then we just connected, kind of just there. You know what I'm saying? And then just had that space, and then how my involvement with Puma was. I mean, like we all are who we are, and you know, but I handle a lot of the business side of a lot of stuff, and I just happened to have the space, and my space was perfect for activation that we put together. So me, Zoe, and our best friend Dante,
My brother Tay.
came up with
Tay, who don't never come fuck with the show. Even though I invite you every 2 weeks, you asshole.
right. Had a dope concept for something for doing this activation for GV specials.
Okay.
Or whatever. And so we did the activation in the space and everything, and then truly, probably a week or so after that, M just called like, "Hey, somebody gonna call you." I said, "Cool." You know what I'm saying? She called. Her name is AG. We call her. Her name is AG Allison Georgia or whatever. She's the vice president of Puma North America or whatever. So she called and she was like, "Yo, we trying to do this in the market, and you know." Push this and use your reach and things like that. What do you think? So we was on the phone for about an hour. She said, "Well, put that on paper." Put it on paper. Boom, and that was my deal.
Love it.
Yeah.
Super dope, man. Super dope, man.
Love how just y'all's authenticity, you know what I'm saying? Number one, put y'all in position, but then number two was able to close those deals for y'all, man. And just what y'all have done, not only for y'all's own personal brands, but for the Puma brand at large is undeniable, man. So
Thank you, man.
Salute to y'all, man. Salute.
Thank you.
Salute. Let's just get this out the way because it's gonna come up again. He getting on my nerve. Before the cameras came on, you know what I'm saying? I was just asking the guys a general question about, you know, if you can only listen to two artists for the rest of your life, who would it be? So we talked about, you know, the Ron Isleys, the Anita Bakers, the Teddy P's, the Frankie Beverleys, and Jay-Z, you know, inevitably comes up in the conversation. Everybody at least mentioned them as a possibility of they top two, except one asshole.
Call it what you want. I just said the product didn't age well. That's
No,
all
you
I
actually said he was
You said he was
overrated.
overrated is what you said.
Right, because the product didn't age well. So
That's
yeah.
not even true.
How you gonna be the GOAT if your fucking product doesn't age
That's
well?
not even true.
So I know this is an all day and night debate. All I'm saying is the product didn't age well. I go back.
What
I'm
didn't
not
age well?
negating. I'm not negating
What didn't
Jay-Z's
age well?
talent. When I double back and I listen to Jay today, I go to Reasonable Doubt, right? And I
Yeah.
might
And
go
it's
to,
not fire?
And I might go to American Gangster. My point is his whole catalog, though. I might be able to pick a song here and a song here. I can't just let it rock no more. It doesn't age well. It doesn't-
So Blueprint is one of only 3 albums I've ever heard in my life that I can literally listen to
Damn near all the way.
all the way through it. And even now, the only ones I would skip were the singles. And this is because I heard them a million fucking times. When they first came out, I was fine with H to the Izzo or whatever the fuck. I've heard him so much now. I don't ever need to hear that again. But the album itself, I can listen to that straight
Nah,
through.
I think if I heard H to the Izzo right now, I would at least
Yeah,
rock
it's true,
out
'cause it's
to
been
it.
a while
I would-
now.
I would rock to it.
Yeah, it's been a while now. Yeah.
Media has the ability to dictate thought and behavior,
Agreed.
right? And I've always
Professor
said
Tou.
this about Blueprint. It is not the classic album that people made it out to be. I think Jay's most classic album is Reasonable Doubt, hands down. I think most of the world slept on Jay when Reasonable Doubt was out. If you really a fan,
Right.
you know the
That's
average
his favorite
motherfucking
album,
Jay
too.
fan didn't catch on to knocking out. I mean, not Blueprint. I'm sorry, Reasonable Doubt. So I'm not minimizing Jay's skill set. I'm a fan, right? I know who Jay is in the lexicon for sure. All I'm saying is, as a 46-year-old man, when I double back today, the shit just don't age well. That's all I said. So if I only got two artists, that ain't it.
I mean, I get you if you're saying he not one of your two if you're gonna listen to two forever. He
mean,
might be one of mine.
Imagine being 50, right?
But, yeah.
And just playing Drake records. You go fucking crazy.
Crazy.
You don't want to hear that shit. And Drake and Jay are the
Crazy.
same motherfucker.
Nah, they
I
not.
don't know. Drake got a catalog.
They the same motherfucker. at
Drake got a
different
catalog
times.
that I might not
Matter of
just
fact-
just
matter of
offhand
fact-
discount
matter
like
of
that.
fact,
Like,
you might be able to
dude,
make the argument
I don't want
that
to disrespect
is
Drake
better.
either.
You might be able to make that
What?
argument. You might be able to make that argument for the time.
Next,
Drake and
next
Jay are the
question,
same
please.
artist.
For their time.
Next question, please.
Like Cole would be the Nas of the time. Y'all disagree with that?
yes.
Y'all high as hell, man.
Yeah, I'm
Only-
For the time.
Only
I'm on
correlation
some
you can make
straight water,
is he
bro.
was the biggest artist and now he's the biggest
For
artist.
well, maybe
Is
not
that-
even Cole.
is that all you're
Maybe
saying?
Kendrick is the Nas of the time.
Right. Drake is like, I'll be sure.
Like, nah, bro.
Drake is Jay-Z of the time. Yo, wow.
Only in that he's the biggest artist, not in like there's any real correlation between the two artists
Drake
themselves.
is dope, man.
Drake is
but-
fire.
Drake is dope.
Drake is fire.
I'm not saying Drake not dope. I'm saying for the era, though. For his era, he's the Jay-Z of his era.
I kind of disagree, my brother.
Gee, juxtapose Drake records with Jay-Z records. They the same motherfucker. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Next
I don't
question.
learn- I don't learn anything from Drake.
What you learn from Jay?
It's a lot of principles I got from Jay.
444 was a whole
It's-
lecture.
if we could do that, that's another show.
Young Jay, though.
Because I got a book of principles that I've learned from Jay,
Jay?
that I didn't get out no book, no
Okay.
OG, no
All right,
nothing.
I
Listen, we can get into
Again,
it because
I'm not minimizing Jay. I don't want y'all to hear this the
We
wrong
can chop
way.
this up and make this something else.
I'm already chopping it up that
I'm not
way. So
minimi-
y'all can finish this conversation
Sure.
and then you're gonna pick back up on the importance of black brands.
Cool.
So finish this.
All the
y'all
way
can talk.
with it.
All right.
And again, just so I'm clear, I'm not minimizing Jay. I know who the fuck Jay is. All I said was the shit that age well. So if I got to pick two, this ain't gonna be the motherfucker.
and you actually, that's not all you said.
He was overrated.
You said he was overrated.
Didn't age
That's what-
well.
that's what pissed him off.
Nas
You
is
said-
way
You
better.
said he's overrated.
Time out.
that's
He
what got
is-
no,
he has to
that
be
was the
overrated.
age.
Well, could've
That
been
was
an
the choice
argument,
of words
but
that
the
you used. That he's
overrated-
He
overrated.
has to be overrated.
Nah.
If he's
Why is he
considered the-
overrated?
If he's considered the GOAT, and I'm saying only from my perspective, if he's considered the GOAT, and I'm saying this shit didn't age well, he's overrated. You can't be the GOAT.
Why didn't it age well? Because you can't listen.
Jordan is Mike Jordan. Everything Mike Jordan did in the 80s is still valuable today. Mike Jordan is Mike Jordan.
Jordan didn't age well.
Right.
What?
He's still wearing the same shit.
Time out. Time out.
He's
Time
still
out.
wearing hoop
Nope.
earrings.
Nope. That's true too.
He
And
didn't
wide
age
bottom
well.
pants.
And
Wide bottom pants with leather Chelsea boots.
Mike
didn't
Jordan's
age well.
legacy,
Come on, yo.
not the
Time
human
out.
being.
Oh, Hope's legacy is fine.
His product is never aged.
Hope's
Right?
legacy
When
is
Nike
fine.
releases Jordans today, they sell out many.
Their
Hope's
biggest
legacy
their
is
biggest
fine.
Facts.
So who did age well?
But if you want to talk about
not Jay Z?
age, if you want to talk who Nas,
Nah.
if you want to talk about aging well within the lexicon of your industry, then we can talk about Mike not aging well. The game is about shooting from half court now.
Man, move on.
Right.
Next question. please. Next question.
Nas is
You need to knock it off, bro.
No, I'm serious. Nas age better than me. That's all I'm saying. It's
Hell
okay.
no. Hove killing that shit.
Salute to Emery,
never
salute to
changes.
Duce, salute to all the brands that support all of my Chicago people. I love y'all for that.
Yes.
It makes all the sense in the world why we would choose Jay.
I'm very
just saying.
disappointed in you,
Stop
man.
it.
I would fucking choose Jay too.
I'm very disappointed in you, man.
Just-
I mean,
And it ain't got nothing to do with Nas.
You got,
Like,
you got
shout to
one
Nas.
that own a liquor and one is modeling for a liquor. So I get it. You know, it's just
Ooh.
what you want. You got
Ooh.
one
Do
that,
we really own it though? In here in conversation about not knowing what the profit margins are in the product he owns?
Yeah.
That's because he want to sell it.
No, that's because we
That's
gotta
the difference, though.
reevaluate our principles.
That's,
That's
because they
fine. And
undervalued the
that's-
whole thing, and he just caught him on the business.
Listen, that's fine. Just saying, you got another dude posing for Hennessy, man.
That's a good. I think that's a beautiful conversation.
You know what I'm
and
saying?
on GP though, that's a real
Yeah,
conversation we need to
100%.
have though. Because
Yeah,
you say
let's-
one is posing, I'd argue that in a lot of ways both are posing. I believe so, man.
I used to be the brand rep. I used to be the brand ambassador for Duce.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? For what, 3-4 years. I bought the first bottle of Douce to Chicago.
Okay.
Let's go, Zo. Speak that history shit.
We gonna tell them. I bought the
Talk
first
your shit, Zo.
tape to Chicago.
That's cool.
Dead ass.
You know what I'm saying?
I made
But
about 50 bands off that tape.
Damn, Pops.
I ain't playing. I am not playing. I had a team of hypes. This VHS. This is VHS, my nigga. I had a team of hypes working around the clock, dubbing that shit on VHS.
Damn.
Killed the streets.
You finna leave here and go to MCC.
Right.
Allegedly.
They coming to get
Allegedly
you.
was me.
That's definitely Chicago media takeout, motherfucker.
You ain't never lied.
We need to get that on there, man.
This is Chicago history,
Hey,
man.
dead ass.
That's strong.
It's dead ass. I had like 4
Papa,
hypes in the
they are
crib dubbing
coming to
that
get
shit all
your
day.
ass.
Yeah.
Allegedly, it was somebody that looked like me.
Allegedly.
Hey, man, that's so funny, man.
His
How,
name
like,
was Three Son.
yeah.
Three Son.
Y'all just casually dropping Chicago history in the middle of the conversation,
really?
man. That's
No,
that's what I like about this and what we do, man. How we just chop it up and just bring people to it, just chop it up, and it's like
real.
it's like as dope as everybody is individually and as much success professionally and all that. We just get down here and we just chop it up, and the wildest shit just be like, oh shit, damn, that did
strong.
fucking happen. Like
Nah,
that's
this is why I love coming here, just to talk shit with y'all in the thing. Cause like, I mean, I done this a million times, and people don't be asking no questions.
yeah.
Ask the question. And
Ask the
come on,
real.
Ask the real.
That's why I don't
question.
do the podcast, because it's
Because we're gonna
same.
sit down and interview you
It's
with the same old
same,
goofy
bro.
shit.
Like,
We ain't doing that.
What made you, nigga? I ain't had no money.
Right.
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 What made you
There
start a
it is.
brand? I wasn't gonna be no school teacher. I used to play basketball. No diss. I'm sorry.
Thank you,
No,
JJ.
no.
No
Thank
diss.
you, JJ.
No
That's
diss
real.
to none of that. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
just, I play basketball, man. That's all I know.
The value in the work ain't there.
Right.
It don't match.
Niggas hit at you gotta have a plan B, but no real ball player is thinking about a plan B. That's just the reality of it.
Plan
I
A
played
is too
ball.
solid, yeah.
Right. We was gang banging and playing basketball. So when it gets to an age and I'm just looking at the stats of all my older homies, like, damn, bro, you was nice. Now you coming back and you telling me you the dean of a high school, or you the assistant coach, or you a coach, and then people that coach high school, people don't know. They used to get $3,500 every 6 months. People
I
don't know
know.
they don't get no money.
I coached high school football for 6 years.
So you get
I
it.
know.
Yeah, so
We
I'm
broke
like,
it down one time. It was $10. It was 10 cents an hour. I mean, because you get the stipend. We chose to get the stipend during the season, so the check could look like
Yeah.
a little something.
Yeah.
So you get over the course of the little 8-9 week
Right.
season.
Yeah.
But over the course of all the work you put in from the spring and summer and all that, it was like we broke it down as a staff one time. It was like literally like less than 10 cents an hour.
That's why
It was crazy.
I went a year doing it, you know what I'm saying, on the side, and it's just like, yo, I can't do this, man. You know what I'm saying?
Now we're in my world.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Right, and that's when you brought up the conversation of ownership.
Yeah.
We made a joke
on.
about the shit, right? But that's a real conversation we have to have, and I think that in even at the highest level of our trajectory, most of us, even in those spaces, really don't own. We
Yeah.
present like we own, but we really
Absolutely.
don't own.
Yeah.
Right, we're minute minority owners, and because our community is so goddamn poor, it's easy to leverage that as a conversation of ownership. Right? It's funny, man. We all in our, with the exception of Herb. Herb is probably the youngest person here, right? But we're children of the first generation of black people to ever make some fucking money. If we know the real history,
Absolutely.
like
Facts.
any
Definitely.
money,
Facts.
you know what I mean? Just a
Facts.
little bit of money,
Yeah.
Facts.
right? So you start hearing these conversations now today about generational wealth, and I'm not opposed to building generational wealth, but we don't have a full grasp or understanding of money, let alone wealth.
Best
Come on.
thing you just
Come
bro,
on.
anything this I say this every day. Like how we get mad at everybody who didn't do right when we never had
We've
this,
never
bro.
had
This
it.
is new.
We charting the courses we
Yeah,
go,
bro,
Joe.
this
Ain't no
is
blueprint
new.
for
This is
us.
all new to
I
us.
kind of feel like nobody black with a bag is like, I said this and I'm wrong, but it's a lot of truth in it. You had to blow a bag to learn how to value
learn
the
how to
bag.
get your
Ain't no doubt about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody.
Yeah.
Ain't no doubt about
They
it.
didn't
Joe.
teach us how, like we still struggle with it because it's we didn't come from it.
It's like anything else you do for the first time. I don't driving the car, fucking like pooping. You got the you need some reps, Joe.
Facts.
You need some reps, and we ain't never had no reps generationally speaking.
And it's an argument to say that we still haven't touched it
Yeah.
in mass at all, right?
Facts.
So I had a conversation earlier today where I broke down the data stats, right? And I even think the data's wrong, to be honest with you.
I agree.
They said a medium net worth of a black household is like $28,000. I think that's a flaw. I would argue that the medium is somewhere closer to $4,000 to $5,000, if that. And that's talking about with assets. I ain't just talking about liquid, right? I think you take away the family car, motherfuckers is in the red. My personal opinion, right? And that's just off knowing the data where the median net worth of a white household is like 188,000, right? And I've lived the wealth of life. I've lived in a lot of different places. And you start to see the breakdown very differently when you start to understand the design. Like, I live in
Pop,
Cedar
so,
Rapids,
and not to
Iowa.
cut you, so you saying that you saying the black have 4,000
I'd argue it's like 4,000 to
annually,
6,000.
Pop?
No, net worth, right?
Okay.
I mean, but annually ain't no much better. So a
Okay.
dual income earning black household, median, like 50% and below, dual income earners, that's 2 motherfuckers getting a check.
Okay.
They make less than $60,000 a year. So that's like 2 good fast food jobs. Like, in reality.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Okay.
That's the real numbers.
Okay.
If that's 50%, what do you... Don't but 10% of the American population make over $100,000.
Yeah.
That's everybody.
That's real though, is it?
Yeah,
I'm asking you.
that's real.
'Cause I
Them
hear
is
that.
real numbers. So when you start looking at the whole of America, only 10% makes over this. What the fuck you think Black America
Black people
doing?
is way less.
It
So
ain't a real conversation.
I think that puts an emphasis
Blessed.
on black brands.
Look,
Like
hashtag blessed.
how important then do black brands become, right? In starting them, in supporting them, in growing them.
See, that's the thing. The starting them is what it is. People thought I was crazy when I started Fly. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. People thought I was crazy having a store with my own shit in it. Like, how you gonna not have anything else in it, or these brands or that brands or whatever like that? Thought I was crazy. The thing is, even just today, is the support. Pop, the support. Like, niggas don't support you.
And you got to,
my
man.
friends don't support me.
And you got to.
The
I think
strangers support me.
that's what's crazy. That's what's wild. And so, like, me and Tou just being who we are, we know everybody. You know what I'm saying? In some way or another, we know fucking everybody. And even with knowing everybody, it still be like, yo, come chop it up with me. I'm like, I don't know about coming to chop it up with y'all. And it's like, well, damn. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, this idea of kind of growing together and supporting each other is necessary. I hate you on Thursday to come to the show. I was like, listen, I want to come to the show. I don't want I want to buy the ticket and all that. Just please don't make me stand outside for an hour. I'm like, it's cold as hell. It's gonna be long. You like, no, I got you on coming in. I'm like, cool. I'm happy to pay. Just please let me get in that motherfucker. And then you support like that. And then when I get in there, you on the mic, and like I said, everybody in the room, it's packed the room. And while you on the mic all night long, you steady shouting out Herb and Tou. Steady shouting out over the mic to the point where motherfuckers coming up to me, I don't know him at all. You're like, yo, who the fuck are you? Because why the fuck do Dave keep talking
Pop,
to you on the mic?
But that's what I do, Pop. That's just what I do. And so just so we clear, so we're going to be clear about even my statement of my friends not supporting me. I can't say that my friends don't support me, and my friends know who my friends are. You know what I'm saying? I have a handful of friends, whatever. Yes, those friends, they support me in other ways and other things like that. But those people that call me Jeff, that don't know, you know what I'm saying? People who really don't know me or whatever, who feel that they my friends or whatever like that, it just be on sporadic or whatever. If we supported each other in it, and I'm guilty of things too, of as far as like buying black strictly and all that. That's my point. That's my bigger point of the whole thing. When you say what's the importance of the black brands of it, because it's definitely a black brand that does everything that we need. That I probably buy something from somebody else from or whatever like that. I'm not mad at none of them. I hope I don't hurt nobody's feelings by saying that or whatever. But I would love for y'all to support more.
I'm disappointed.
You know I see a lot of faces that I've never seen, which I love, because that means the brand is touching this, that, and the other in another. But then I don't see the people I would love to see or who swear that they fuck with me. Fuck with me then. Come fuck with me then. Fuck with me.
So in a lot of ways, though, I think this is a circular conversation and getting back to what Zoe was talking about, ownership. And I'm gonna tell this quick story too. So I got a job for like the first time in probably 25 years. I ain't never had a job.
Killing this nigga too.
It is. I hate it with all.
I talked to him. He talked to me like he just left the coal mines.
it's not
Man, they
killing
had us
them.
down under the mountains all motherfucking day.
It's not killing them.
But it's a necessity because of this moment in life. I need some health insurance. I need to get a job because I ain't paying for this shit, right? But in that, this weekend, because it's holiday season and shit again, I had no job, so I'm not accustomed to the culture of jobs. So they do this kind of gift bag giveaway shit. You know what I mean? Hey, pick a gift under $20, go get your coworker a gift type of shit, right? And they celebrate with each other type of shit.
Bland
so
Santa
they
thing.
pass out these little lists
Secret Santa.
about pick out the shit you like.
Yeah.
Now the job is not it's far west. It ain't the traditional black people like in our circle. You know what I mean? So everything I'm on there that I'm writing down that I want. Pair of fly socks,
Love.
public housing hat.
Love.
Right. All this shit is shit I know they don't know. Really, I'm doing this shit because I don't want to
I ain't peeped the public
participate.
housing habit. That sound cold as hell.
But I don't want
gotta
to
get that.
participate in this shit to tell you the
Scully or
truth,
Cap?
right? Because I ain't
gotta
part of
Cap.
this culture like that, right? So they had a giveaway, and who the girl who got my name, she was so excited she gave me the gift bag, and I just saw some cool nigga shit. I ain't want to open the gift bag like a goofy. I'm like, all right, thank you. You know what I mean? So I'm about to leave the joint. She's like, you ain't open the bag yet? I was like, no, man, I'm gonna put it under the tree line, but I just didn't want to open the bag. You know what I'm saying? She's like, no, open the bag, open the bag. Open the bag. All the shit I asked for is in the bag. So she doubled down and really spent more than what was, asked for.
So she's trying to get involved.
Culturally, these black people are not built like me, right? I knew that was not only she had never heard of them brands, so it was a task for her to go find that shit. You know what I mean? So one, I was very, very appreciative, but I also created, I planted a new seed in her mind.
Yeah.
That's facts.
You know what I mean? I planted a new seed in her mind.
And see, and that's dope that you did that. And so for her to come get the stuff, she's seen new things and whatever.
Absolutely.
And so that's just me. That's what I love. That's
an ecosystem.
I just love dope shit. You know what I'm saying? So people ask me, well, why did you post that, or who is this, that, and the other? I like building brands to however possible. You know what I'm saying?
But to the point of ownership and what I'm saying about the celebrity shit, I have a problem with some of that shit. Because it creates an illusionist kind of society, and it's this decadent veil of truth, in my opinion, right? So, and back to the generational wealth conversations, we got to be honest. Like, we not really in tune with too much other than hip hop and sports,
Right.
but the world is happening.
It's happening.
You know what I mean? The world is happening, and people, like you'll hear Nori say, hip hop is the CNN of the neighborhood. Though you're failing then. You're failing on your reporting.
You saying that because he has his platform and he doesn't talk about
I'm
nothing?
saying the entire culture is failing
Got you.
because we're telling lies.
Okay.
And we're not digging deep enough. Just like you said, modeling for a brand and then talking about it as if you're the owner, right? Modeling for the motherfucking Brooklyn Nets, and you got less than a percentage of ownership, right? And then niggas come home and we arguing who's the wealthiest, this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
Not really having context to wealth, right?
Yeah.
So part of my pushback with Ye, even when he had the Jewish conversation, not that necessarily he's wrong, but he's wrong in the context of he can't articulate himself and he doesn't know the breadth of his argument.
Yeah.
Right.
Right? But he shouldn't have to have that argument because there are people out here that can have that argument for him. Right? But my problem with that nigga making that argument is that his real concern ain't our community. His real concern is fitting into that community in which he's
Aspiring. To.
demoralized.
See, let's do that. Let's
right?
talk
And
about
that shit bothers me. But again, on the back end of that, the little boy on O Block celebrates his acceptance into that world because our whole value system is predicated on more, and more.
That's what I was gonna say though too.
Right? So when a motherfucker said, like, context is so important, man. Like, Kanye, with the deals he had, on paper is worth XYZ.
Sure.
Right? That's not liquid cash.
They
So
ripped that paper up in a day.
the day they decided to cancel them contracts, you realize that was just on paper. That's not real money you count.
Agreed.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
But the little boy in O Block don't see it like that because he don't have no, again, like I said, we don't even understand wealth. So we don't have any context to wealth.
I don't think we
Right.
understand influence and how it works both ways, right?
Surely.
The greatest rapper ever said, addiction go both ways. It ain't just the drug addict. It's the nigga that's selling it too. I'm addicted to it too, right? And so when you talk about this influencer thing, right? So yeah, on the one hand, you got Ye able to influence all of these people, right? Shorty on O Block, whatever, right? But you also have Ye being influenced by those very same people. And I mean that in this sense. I've already elevated to the top of the black class. I'm graduated black school. So now I'm going to this one. And because we hail it the same way, because we all have that same self-defeating aspiration to rise above our blackness and somehow exceed that and go into the next realm, that pushes Jay to think he's right in doing that. because everybody thinks the same way. And so everybody like, oh, he doing it. Look at him go, look at him go, look at him go. And he like, y'all don't got to go back down there. I'm trying to go up here. I think if we all saw our value in us, right? Like just as we are, we could explode the whole fucking thing. And so even if our interests are basketball and hip hop, then we should be the fucking only purveyors of basketball and fucking hip hop. That should be our shit. And everything that come through it should be fucking ours. It ain't no fucking different, bro.
I think the problem though, right? And again, it's a wealth of conversation needs to take place in this arena, right? Jay-Z's a masterful MC.
Sure.
Right? He's a masterful marketer. That does not necessarily translate into a masterful businessman.
I disagree.
You can disagree how you want. Business is a skill upon itself, as is marketing. That's not negating Jay-Z. It's just saying those are different skills. Hold up. Same with Kanye, right? He can be a genius behind that board, but when the motherfucker starts talking politics, you be begging for him to shut the fuck up, right? But when you have the attention span of our community, and the reasons why you have the attention spans of our community is because of what we value, my ask is, why do you have to monopolize everything? Right? Think about, we just had a conversation about podcasts before. Every podcast is doing well is pretty much manned by an old ex-rapper, which means that it ain't the conversations that's changing. It's just the faces of celebrity and how they, what they can produce, right? So we're not even having a wealth of dialogue. We're having one conversation over and over and over in different ways, right? As a leader of community, and that's when I talk about wealth transfers, bro. Hold up. That's what I'm talking about, wealth transfers. You have a responsibility, right? You have a responsibility. And if you're not, again, the reason why Ye's in trouble, because instead of empowering somebody who could really have that conversation, you took it upon yourself. The reason why Nori was in trouble, because instead of empowering somebody to have that conversation with Ye, which you shouldn't have had, you got in trouble. You got to, that's a wealth transfer, right? When this motherfucker's out here that's been having that conversation, that's articulate in that conversation, understand that conversation.
Go get them.
Go get them. But you ego driven. So your 1% ownership in the Nets is ego driven. And it confuses the little nigga in O Block. So he gonna risk his life to go get a car. Cause he wants to feel like that.
Right.
It's a circular thing to me.
So I think that leads us into this hustle culture thing, right?
You good one.
When you talk about hustle culture, and we all know what it is and what it looks like from various mediums, from the illegal shit on the street to, putting your product in the stores. This hustle culture, is there a point at which it ceases to be beneficial? And I think it's very beneficial. I think just the natural hustle that most of us from where we're from just kind of got in us innately, I think is mostly positive. Can it get to a point where it becomes negative?
The hustle culture.
Yeah.
When you saying can it get to a part of being negative, like example?
So I look at Hov and Tou saying, he don't necessarily, support or cheer or praise his business acumen, right? I do, right? I tend to be on the other side of that argument. I do praise Hov's business acumen. Just where you started from and where you at tells me you made good business moves.
Right.
I don't necessarily know that is always good for the collective. I don't know that at some point it didn't cease to become, damn, look at Hov's hustle, elevating him, and then at some point maybe crosses over to, I don't know if that continues to be good for us. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, what's the and I hate being cliche, what's the famous Nip line with the greatest actors to
Aspire.
Right, you know what I'm saying? It kind of goes back to that when you bring that up, you know what I'm saying? I really think anything inspiring anybody is always positive, you know what I'm saying? It's just showing us that we that, you know what I'm saying? How many before him, whether he's got the greatest business tactics or if it's true, how many black billionaires that we know that we look like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, can say like, yo, like just look at the story, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Dude, that's a trick. It's not a trick question. It's a tough question.
Tough for sure.
Yeah.
So it's funny, Pop, that you that we not funny. I'm just saying that you put it on like in a sense of Jay. I think we go to 50 and 50 talked about it. 50 talked about it, and I want to say that get rich or die trying mentality is what got a lot of people fucked up. Because people are on, just listen to it. Get rich or die trying. Like, come on, man.
Fuck everything else.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think, and not to go back and forth with the
No.
we just going with the Jay thing. I don't think Jay has ever said get money and die or die while you're trying to get this bread or whatever and stuff like. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he
got a song called Regrets.
Yeah, you kind of got to when you supposedly selling dope at that level. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much the same thing.
That's life's
Also,
enigma.
I wanted to clear
A lot of
something
people don't. Yeah, I mean, you go ahead.
You know what I'm saying?
Jay-Z disclaimer.
I want to clear this up though. I only leverage Jacobs as in the context of the conversation.
No, we know that. We know that.
And now I'm picking at you.
No,
know what
we
I'm
just
saying?
we know that.
With
We know
it.
that. Yeah.
I just want us to be clear though,
Yeah.
there is a difference between being a high level brand ambassador and a business.
No,
man.
that's
business.
That's
You know what
the
I mean?
main thing to even discuss eventually. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm struggling with. Not to get off the subject, but to stay on the subject. You know what I'm saying? I'm lately been disconnected myself with everything because what I know is my influence. I know how many people is fucking with Puma because of me. I know how many people drink Douce because of me. I know how many people had a Rock Nation hat because of me.
Come on.
But when you feel like you're not properly
Being compensated.
you know what I'm saying? I know how I can cool shit off.
You using me.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just what when we talking about, I just feel like everything is influence. You know what I'm saying? That's the business. Nobody ever say it. You know what I'm saying? But that's just what it is. I got friends that saying what you saying, that Jay is not a great businessman. I'll watch.
Hey man, sidebar. I was with Dame a couple weeks ago, G, and the facade has been lifted. Like Dame used to be my favorite member of the Rock.
Me too.
Dame's not what I thought he was either.
Wow.
He's not.
Wow.
And that's in personal interaction.
Yeah. Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I you know.
Well, you said, look, you
just paid
screamed at me a while
attention,
later,
you know
nigga.
what I mean?
Speak
Right, pop
on it.
off, nigga.
Speak on
Yeah,
it.
it was some fuck shit. Right? But it just was interesting to me. I met him on 2 different occasions in one weekend
Got it.
with 2 different kinds of people.
Right.
Right? And how he responded to the first group of people versus how he responded to the second group of people, very fucking
But let me ask you this: you think it's because he's not financially where he wants to be?
I think that's part of it.
Then he's capitulating.
He definitely was capitulating, right? It's part of it.
Excuse me, capitulate.
Yeah, I
Capitulate.
Capitulate.
because I didn't know what that means.
We made that word up. That's a Herb and Tou vernacular. We made that up. Capitulate.
I ain't want to
So-
ask.
It means the same
Dave
thing.
is smart
Capitulate.
as shit. Look, and with Dave,
I'm like,
cool.
capitulate?
I'm like, wow.
Capitulate. Yeah, we made that up.
All right,
Yeah, you a bitch ass nigga. You know what I mean?
Okay.
got it.
But
Yeah,
it's just
We
like
give y'all some shirts. We got
I think
them.
when
Let's
you
say
when
capitulate
you
on
when you look at the brand of Dame,
yeah.
he comes off as the businessman. He comes off as uber confident. He comes off kind of in a lot of ways the brains behind Rockefeller.
Yeah,
Right? All the ancillary shit that Rockefeller did outside of Jay's music is Dame shit.
yeah.
Those are Dame's creations.
But I feel like that's the issue with the world, though, because niggas be stuck in one era. You know what I'm saying? And you probably were the brains 25 years ago, but if you're not evolving, then
You're dying.
now that's when the old head shit pop off. And that's why you don't get the respect.
I'm with that too. But then there's a whole nother conversation that's attached to even that.
No, let's go.
Right? Because if you grow together with the team that you built, you can maneuver and grow. What happened was the white man came and split that shit
Everybody
apart.
cashing their ticket too soon.
And it's about what we value.
So let me ask you this. You think the white man split it or the white man just gave a nigga an out of what he wanted to do?
Right. Gave a different POV.
Yeah. You know
I
what I'm
think
saying?
they
Another
dang
POV.
that
they
shit in
wanted
your
the
face.
same. I
No,
think they wanted
because
the
you know,
same.
and it goes
think they
back.
want you to cash
It
in
goes
that
back
ticket.
to what I just said. It's like the first thing one of the things what I know is what I know as far as influence. I've purposely the last year, like, let me fall back.
Pull it back a little bit.
I see the difference. You know what I'm saying? So from the outside looking in, it's funny because we just had this conversation. I was just watching Wallow talk to them football cats on that.
I love that conversation.
That shit was dope.
I love
man.
that conversation.
Yeah, that was so dope. Talk to the football cats, and he was like, "That's like the game where they make it seem like you gotta fuck with the blacks. That's the cap. When this white man is coming through and saying what you want to hear, it's just so much we can do with that.
But then on the back end of that too, though, Wallow and Gilly are legitimately blood cousins.
Yeah.
So the bond is a little different.
Yeah.
Right? And every conversation that Wallow has, and we just got to look at the humility of Wallow, right? A motherfucker to spend half your life in the joint, G, the life you're experiencing right now, you're having a very different experience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But in every conversation, he bigs up Gil. He talks about the importance of Gil, even though obviously Wallow's the one that's becoming, arising as the star of this conversation.
Yeah.
He needed Gil's
It's no jealousy,
name
it's
at
no
first.
ego.
No.
I love this man.
That's what it is, yeah.
You know
I
what
mean, I just think it's always going to be that person, and I say this a lot too. It's always going to be that person that's way cooler than, way more willing to do the shit that we too cool to do.
Yep.
Gil wasn't going to get up and stand in the rain and do skits because that's considered corny. You know what I'm saying?
He ain't going to crown camera.
He's not going to do all that.
All
you
the
know
shit
what I'm
Wallow
saying?
be doing.
Wallow, I'm a fan of Wallow. I don't follow Gil. I follow Wallow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's based on me just watching interviews. I'm podcast heavy because it's real. You know what I'm saying? That's why when you came to me, I said, cool. I said, usually I don't, bro.
No, that's
because
facts.
everybody is the same. And me and Dave did the podcast, you know what I'm saying? So it was like I already had I'm so in the creative mode that if it ain't groundbreaking, I ain't fucking with it. You know what I'm saying? That's just being honest. I wanted to step back into the game, but I just can't because I feel like it'll look like we coming behind people, and that's just not what I do.
Let me say this about Wallow, though, before we move on. And I think this really sums up the entirety of the conversation, for me at least.
Okay.
Right? Because of Wallow's experience, and even in that football, he was on the pivot.
Yep.
In that conversation, they got to talking about his money.
Yep.
And they was like, what are you doing? And he was like, man, truth be told, in a lot of ways, I still live like I'm in the prison. Penitentiary. Right? I eat peanut butter jelly.
Yeah.
I don't buy no fucking clothes. I ain't in all that.
All the shit that Gilly making fun of him about. He be making
but even
prison
still,
meals at home.
Again, right?
That's a million.
Contextually, right? We all can be aware that they're getting money.
Yeah.
But if you look a little bit deeper, they move with their money very differently than the vast majority of motherfuckers in that circle.
Sure.
Right? Gil don't spend no money either if you're paying attention.
No, he like his whips, but
right?
they ain't.
But both of them guys are anchored into family.
Yeah.
And that's their value asset.
Go ahead.
Absolutely.
Right? And they're never going to be, nothing's going to be bigger than the family.
The family, yeah.
Right? Now, we can quantify that as them being real family. Right? But I think in that bond, the way they move through the business sector is different, i.e. their values are shaped and rooted in whatever the name on the back of their jersey is, whatever that last name is that they all align with, right? Whereas them other, outside of those circles, the value asset, and that's my problem with the black community in general, our value asset is we make the tool the goal. You understand? One of the things that Wallow said, it's not the money that moves me, it's the what did he say? He said it's the drive to beat these motherfuckers. I love the game.
Right.
Right? It's the game that motivates me.
Yeah.
And so that's me too. Like I like building the brands.
I think that's my
I
own
like
experience.
seeing a move and then boom, and like Zoe said, the influence. Like he knows his influence. I know my influence. I know how this was only here, or it's not there no more because it's over there.
But I'd also argue, but that's why most of us are here, because it's the game that motivates us, not the tool.
Yeah.
You understand me?
No, 100%.
And it's a difference when the motherfucking tool is the motivator.
Yeah.
I agree with you, but I think that we kind of like putting too much credence on like the back end of this shit. And I really think it's just about who the fuck you are from jump, right? I mean, you could try to change, but that's the top layer. You was who you was before you got here. You know what I'm saying? I think these motherfuckers were who they were before they got here. I don't think money necessarily changed you. I think it exposes you. Like I would bet, and ain't nobody offered us $10 million for fucking Herb and Tou yet. But I would fucking bet when they do, it won't create a single fucking problem between us. Because I've seen this shit go from it was negative, where it was just costing us money to do this shit, to where now it costs us a little less money to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't see that being a problem. I think it's about who the fuck you were before. And I think that it's breadcrumbs that people lay down to shit about just their perspective on things and how they would go about just doing stuff. We talk about Hov, and I think back to his line that's about, and I'll just keep giving Hov lines, I'm fucking with you the whole show. But he's got that's life's enigma. Long as life within us, we gonna sin a lot and pray that Christ forgive us. Ice the wrist and raise the price on you niggas. Y'all can't floss on my level. Like, that's all of that is breadcrumbs into your motherfucking psychology to me. You know what I'm saying? And how you really see this shit. And it's like, Cool. And I'm not saying it's the best way to see it. I ain't saying it's the worst way to see it. That's just how you see it. Once I know it, I know how to produce it. I know how to play it. And, you know, you put everybody in their fucking
I
spot.
take it back to this a mindset, the whole get rich or die trying. Die is final, yo. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to just die trying to get rich in paper-wise. You understand what I'm saying? No, I'm not going to die to do that.
That's because you spiritual and you family oriented, and that's just
my family is my.
That's the way. That's
I'm
the
glad
way.
y'all mentioned that. That's exactly what the fuck I wanted to get into. And I know E like move. E back here cursing me out, y'all. But just on the hustle culture piece, right? The time that y'all have to invest in building these brands, right? Going from thought to concept to production, you know what I'm saying? Takes a lot of fucking time. Time that could be at a basketball game, a recital, whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Just at dinner.
No, so
what's the cost of that hustle culture?
Real story. We talk the shit. And we all know anything like that. Pop, it was a time where the whole city was fly for years. My house wasn't correct though. You know what I'm saying? Me going out, me building, me doing a lot of these things and traveling all the time, or whatever. My house wasn't together, so it was kind of like I had to fall back. Like Zoe just said that on other things, you know what I'm saying? But I had to fall back on being at every club, being at every night, being here, or being there, whatever like this, and making it a priority of like if I'm going outside, I'm getting paid. You know what I'm saying? Or it's a reason that I necessarily had to be here, opposed to like
I'm just outside.
We outside. I'm
so
like,
you can see me.
Right.
See you.
Right, or whatever. And did the brand take a hit? It took a hit, but being blessed in so many other ways, 80 other doors opened or whatever and stuff like that, to where like Fly is not what pays me to the maximum of stuff like this. My consulting and building and other brand building and stuff like this. Fly's my baby. Fly's just on autopilot. You know what I'm saying? The site does what it does, the space does what it does, or whatever in that aspect of it. But like, I'm not saying I'm gonna just die in that. That's not my mentality.
Well, I'm gonna piggyback to that because I knew the situation, like you just said, on how I was one of the people that was flyed out every day with you. You know what I'm saying? When Fly was what it was, you know what I'm saying? And I knew to hit that because we personally had the conversations on how it hit your family. What I did was I learned from that, you know what I'm saying, being on that. And with my partner, it was important for her to know, like, yo,
this is what I do.
This is my dream.
Yeah.
So how can we even it out? You know what I'm saying? It's stressful because I work every day. You know what I'm saying? I'm almost 20 years straight. I've never had a season off. I didn't go a year or 2 years and be like, yo, I ain't on that. If I don't sell a shirt, I don't eat. And I'm a different type of. I like fly, high end balling shit. I'm from a very, very poor environment. You know what I'm saying? Where all we knew was gang banging and basketball. So when I got a chance to make some money off some shit I love, it's like, yo, this is all I'm gonna do. But I'm just saying, like, just to piggyback off Dave, I watched what he did, and that shit kind of scared me. Like, yo, Dave told me, like, yo, I got to make sure my household is together, you know what I'm saying? At the peak of the Fly Block party and Nikes and all his accolades, you know what I'm saying? I just was the opposite, like, yo, this is what I'm doing for the rest of my life, you know what I'm saying? And was just blessed to have a partner that understood this is all I want to do, and that's all I'm going to do. And as far as the hustle, man, I'm going to work after this.
Right.
Being intentional about that balance, man. We obviously had yet another high-profile suicide, another black male, another man in general, but another black man, Twitch, DJ, was DJ on Ellen DeGeneres show, and you know a bunch of dope stuff. Got a lot of people liked. I can't say that I was wildly familiar with the man or I was a huge fan of his, nothing like that. But in just hearing about his story and seeing how that goes, it just rings, it resonates on so many levels in terms of, hustling, this hustle culture and trying to get to it, trying to maintain this public image while maybe my crib is falling down. You know what I'm saying? And the pressures of not being able to balance that. And it's sad to see another brother succumb to that. and feel like I don't have no other way. Like I gotta get the fuck up out of here. It's too much. You know what I'm saying? For one reason or another. And I want to have a conversation about finding that balance, finding that healthy space between ascending without losing yourself. We all know the higher you climb, the thinner the air is, the harder it is to breathe. Like we got to figure out a way to.
And I don't want to say it's cliche or sound cliche, but it's like you got to find an anchor in something. So my anchor is my spiritual. I'm about energy and things like that. So I'm just saying certain things don't move me like it might move other people in that. And I just say like, so just talking Dave Pop and just being 1,000 as we hear or whatever and stuff like this. Like, man, I'm glad I'm a strong individual in my head, my home, and in a foundation of things or whatever and stuff like this. Because I can't lie, Papa. I didn't have thoughts like, man, fuck this shit.
I was about to ask you
know
that.
what I'm saying?
I was just about to ask you, bro.
Fuck this shit. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely have.
Yeah, fuck this shit. And because like, I stay in the good of it. You know what I'm saying? I just know like in the sense of spirituality, like you got to stay in God's grace. You know what I'm saying? Stay in the good of things like that. So it's like if you have them thoughts. I have them thoughts. I think everybody has them thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, or whatever, but I have the strength or the foundation to bring it back. Yeah. Like, okay, no, I got to be here or no, or just like combat these things definitely with the word and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I can honestly say that it's brought me out of some times. Probably like it be times like when niggas be like, check on your strong friends. Nigga, I'm the strongest friend every one of my friends got. That I can honestly say, Zoe can attest to it.
That's tough to
I
carry.
call you, I talk to you. Let's. How's your mom? How's this, this, that, and the other, whatever. And the whole time, my mama's not here. I can't call my mama. You know what I'm saying? My sister's not here. We can go on and on and on and on about those things or whatever like this, but it brings me back, though. It brings me back because I realize, too, that I'm here for a reason to do these things or whatever. But some people go to the edge, they can't come back or haven't come back from the edge. You know what I'm saying? Or like, you know, to Twitch's level. Twitch is gonna put it on LA or nothing like that, but you have these different places and the energy is different as this. You got to try to keep up with the Joneses and all this other stuff like this. Fuck the Joneses. Fuck them.
That's where that anchoring comes in.
Yeah. Fuck them.
So you was alluding to having similar thoughts and feelings. You know what I mean? At times.
Definitely. I just look at shit bigger and different. Not bigger, because I ain't bigger. Just different. You know what I'm saying? Even when we was talking about Gilly and Wallow, I'm so devil's advocate. How we know they got a 8-figure deal? Like I just think
real,
like that.
for real.
You
For
know
real.
what I'm saying? Like
for real.
you know what I'm
Right,
saying? How do we know what they really got? But with me, like I definitely understand. And when I hear about the guy, I just know that everybody's. I tell all it because a lot of my friends. I feel like last year was such a everybody was rich year.
Oh my God!
That everybody is mentally fucked up this year.
Yes.
Everybody I know is going through it.
Go back to
on
what you
all
said an
levels.
hour ago.
You know
You
what
was
I'm
talking
saying?
about this the first time. The
Absolutely.
first time you get a rep up, you blow that rep, and now you
Come on, man.
super stressed.
So now everybody depressed because we just went from this to that. I went from thousands a day in my store to nobody coming in the store. You know what I'm saying? And
Because
then
they
you-
went from having no money to 20,000
Exactly.
to no money. They're like, oh shit, you ain't never had 20,000. You don't understand how fast 20,000 can go.
you cater your
Motherfucker
life.
thought they was rich forever.
Right, word. You cater your life to the fast shit, and then the reality hit. Now you ready to call it. And I just feel like you just never know what people are going through because I keep hearing it with the blogs. My mom came, and Dave, just to attest to with Dave, Dave is the strongest homie. Dave is the center.
Salute, Pop.
You know what I'm saying? I'd probably be in jail if it wasn't for Dave.
Thank you.
Because I don't go. I'm the hardest sell, and that's just because I knew what it took for us to get what we got. It was no,
all in.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So all I'm saying with dude, man, and hopefully his family gets through it. I definitely felt the way with Dave. I just think about my wife and my mom. That's what stops it quick because of the people that's gonna get affected. You know what I'm saying? If it was just me,
Facts.
I probably been gone.
Been done with this shit.
And that's
You know what I'm saying? It's
same
just
here.
that I
If it-
think about my mom and my wife because I know who I'm affecting is going to destroy them, whatever the case is. But
my-
you don't know what people really going through, because as men, especially black men,
Come on.
this shit make us look like suckers to
Come
talk
on.
about and complain
Come on.
certain shit.
Come on.
And then when we don't, now it's the new thing that everybody is telling us, speak up.
Yeah.
I'm here. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We just not from that. We just not. This is my opinion.
Probably
I ain't
change
smart
at
enough to,
40.
right, word, I'm not even educated enough to even speak
And it's
on
not
it.
even authentic.
Yeah.
They really don't want to hear what you got to say.
That's what I was. See, my man, bro.
the
It's
truth.
all cap, man.
It's cap, right?
Motherfuckers just want to be in your shit.
Bro,
After-
man.
But back to them numbers. The
Yeah.
numbers that we mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Right? So what I was going to say, man, that capitalism uniquely links your value to production. As a man, that's just what it is. Your value is unique,
Directly tied.
linked to your production.
Yeah.
And the very essence of where we started from, just by the nature of being born black, male, and in America.
Yeah.
This is what the fuck it is. So when we have these conversations, and we have them ignorantly because we don't even know the numbers,
Right.
but we have an expectation of a lifestyle that no one in our gene pool has ever lived.
And ignorant,
And
ignorant,
we're being judged by the standard of never existing.
and ignorant with the connotation of simply the definition of the word not knowing.
Yeah.
Not-
Yeah, no
Absolutely.
no
not
negative
in a
bullshit.
wild,
It's-
negative
yeah,
way.
it's the real. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I still don't know what wealth is.
yeah.
Real shit, right?
Yeah.
But you do, though. And I'm going to push back,
just
though.
keeping
Fuck
it
that.
real.
We do.
I'm just keeping
We
it
all
real,
do.
man. Like I don't know. I just feel like it's a preference.
So check this out. This is some real shit. I was just thinking this while we all spoke. I've touched the bag. I just told y'all I had my first job in 20-some years this year.
Gotcha.
Right? So I've been able to amass more than most black people without never working a motherfucking job. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
But here's some real shit. This weekend I spent in the crib crying with my goddamn son. Me and because this shit all flows downhill. All these behaviors and these thoughts flow downhill. So my son is the legacy of all of the shit we built, right? The cultures we've built is what I mean, right? He lives on Instagram. He lives on social media. He believes this shit to be real,
Yeah.
right? So even though his father and his lifestyle has always been on the upper echelon of the black experience, it ain't the upper echelon that he values.
Yeah.
You understand? So he do a lot of fuck shit. And as a daddy, I get mad at the fuck shit.
Absolutely.
Right? And it becomes a cycle. The fuck shit, punishment, fuck shit, punishment, fuck shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just circular. But he's 17 now. You about to become a man soon.
Definitely. You about to be in
The
in the
game
world.
is about to change for your monkey ass. I ain't got to get mad no more.
Yeah.
I can get you the fuck on out my house.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So something happened, man, and I was like, at first I was like, man, I'm gonna kill this little motherfucker. Man. It took me to the edge. You know what I mean? And then over the day, before I ain't see his ass for a little couple hours, so it gave me some time to calm down and think. And I was like, punishing this motherfucker, being punitive don't work. This ain't real. He don't respond to that shit. So I came home and I just had a real heart-to-heart conversation with his ass. And again, confusing the tool and the goal. In this city, I'm one of them niggas.
Facts.
Period. Right? So his little ass, because he looked like me, he could just be out without me, and the motherfucker gonna be like, you little too, ain't you?
Right.
Right? He has that experience. My daughter has that experience.
Mine too.
Right? And I don't even think of this kind of shit. Because it just, I've not confused the tool and the goal. Right? The reason them niggas know you and the reason they know me is because of your value. I'm raising you off their interest in me. That's the realest shit in the world. You understand me? I'm raising you off their interest in me. And what happened was, man, in them hours I went to work out or whatever, and I'm leaving out the gym and I run into Brother Jeffrey. Brother Jeffrey's like second or third minister at the nation right now. Stops me. He's like, man, Tou, how you doing? Showing me love, all this shit. Talking about, man, the minister was asking about you like this is my life. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Farrakhan's asking about me.
Gotcha.
You understand what I'm saying? That motherfuckers don't have that experience.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So I'm talking to Brother Jeffrey because I'm frustrated. And he know my son because I bring my son. He's frustrated. How Eric doing, man? Oh, man, this nigga that did it today. You understand?
Yeah.
So we going into it right in the gym. And he stops me and he says, you think he's trying to live up to your stature? And in my mind, I ain't even got no fucking stature. Because I don't confuse the goal
Right. You
and the
living
tool.
it. You living it.
That shit don't mean nothing to me.
Right.
Right? It could be 1,100 motherfuckers stop me in the street today and say, hey, Tou. And if you ask me their name when I get 10 feet away from them, I'll be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Cause I mean, you know, it sounds arrogant, but that's not what my value asset is.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I thought about that shit, and I was like, nah, man, that couldn't be it. And then Brother Jerry gave me a whole diatribe about, nah, nigga, that could be it.
I think there's a balance that we all must strike, and Zoe was talking about, you know, this idea of balancing shit earlier, and I think we just got to balance our own public perception with our own inner experience or how we feel about shit. And so motherfuckers could be like, oh, you must feel fucking great. You is fucking Zoe. You have to feel amazing. Everything must be phenomenal. I saw 17 Fashion Geek joints on the way here. You have to be feeling great.
Right.
You don't know me.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? And whatever, it ain't for you to know me.
Right.
But I damn sure better know me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I damn sure better know.
And that's what it is.
You know what I'm saying? What it feels. And so motherfuckers can come and be like, yo, man, you and Tou, y'all doing y'all thing. We be seeing y'all fucking everywhere. Y'all had the fucking billboards, and y'all motherfucking was on the motherfucking stage at Summerfest, and woo, and you fucking with Justin Fields, and you this and that and third. It's like, hey, Justin Fields my ass. Summerfest my ass. Billboards my ass. You don't know, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just fucking Herb, Joe. That's it. And we deal with shit, and that balance is on us. That balance is on us. Because motherfuckers are going to look at you and be like, that's fucking Dave Jeff.
Yeah.
That's cool for you. To me, I'm just Dave, though. And, like, Dave got real shit to deal with. And that balance has to be within, because that outside shit will fucking kill you. And I don't mean that metaphorically. That shit will fucking kill you. R.I.P. to the brother Twitch for succumbing to that fucking pressure and all of those expectations and all of that fucking pursuit is fuck shit. I want to wrap this up in the next, like, 10 minutes. I really, really do.
But and not her. That's a constant prayer too, though, Pop. But just that strength, man. That strength, because the world will fuck you up.
It will.
Period.
It'll have you thinking shit that ain't.
Period.
Think shit that matters that don't fucking matter.
Yeah.
And it takes some earth shattering shit to rock your foundation and make you realize what really fucking matters.
Yeah. Now this phone too. Shit.
Man.
These social sites.
Come on.
Oh, this nigga didn't post my shit. Fuck him.
Come on.
And all that, but motherfuckers do what they do, how they do. I mean, a couple of great lessons that my mother left me with. You know what I'm saying? One, don't sweat the small stuff, right? And then two, you can't get fucked up. You can't be mad at things that you cannot control. You can only control yourself.
Mom's is 100% right. The problem is we invert the small shit in our head.
Yeah, man.
We get inverted in our head, and the small shit
large.
appears to be the big shit, and the big shit becomes the small shit.
Make it large.
Oh, that's just my
You know
motherfucking
what be
family.
small
I
stuff?
get back with them.
You know what be the small stuff? You text a motherfucker, a person, excuse me, and the person texts you back, and then, like, the text seem or could be, or you overthink the text. Or whatever like this. I hate text, Pop. I hate text.
A lot of things get lost in translation.
Lost in translation. Call me, brother.
So you
Like,
can feel what I'm saying.
If I can feel you, hear what you're saying, or better yet, if we face to face, whatever like this, I even know your emotion. I'm looking at your energy, everything, whatever like
80%
that.
of communication is nonverbal.
Right, but it be the or whatever like that. Sometimes I just be wanting to throw this motherfucker.
Nah, that's real spill, man. We signed a high profile family breakdown that some brothers is going through right now. It's unfortunate to see it, and you know I don't really be in nobody fucking business, but let alone some niggas I don't know and some superstar shit. But growing up watching Master P, you know, build No Limit, and as hot as they was, and then him bringing his son on, it's like, oh, this little nigga, whatever, you know what I mean, whatever, you know what I'm saying. Nobody ever took him serious like a rapper, or nobody ever took him serious anyway. It's just Lil Romeo, just P son. But that being said, he's a grown man now. I think like 33 years old, and him and P are at odds right now, like in a real way. P had put out a public thing on his social media giving his condolences to Twitch's passing, and Romeo comes behind it. Like, how you out here going hard for this man you ain't even know? We dealing with the same thing in our family, because Master P's daughter, Romeo's sister, had also committed suicide. They dealing with that. And he like, when it happened in our own family, you wasn't standing up like this. And I don't know what's true, what's not. I don't want to speak on that part of it. But it's unfortunate to see.
So I'll just say this: having a son in that thing, people deal with death and deal with things differently. You feel what I'm saying? I say this, and I'm glad Tou came out, like the conversation with his son, whatever. Like I had a conversation with my son not too long ago, and we had a breakdown moment or whatever. And y'all, I can only describe this to y'all on the level of this was the most needed conversation ever. And I'm saying, like, dealing with death, Herb, dealing with death, Tou, dealing with death, Zoe, or whatever like this. Like, with my mother passing and all these family members passing or whatever like this, I've been numb to all of that shit and not really cried or nothing like this. But it took me and my son, Rita Lee, to my sister Rita, and having this group kind of conversation in this thing too, because she plays the ref on a lot of shit just in life and in marriage and whatever, and it took, because my son was on his bullshit. He was on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Same shit that you were saying. My son's 25 though, but like, fuck you, pop, like whatever. This nigga, what? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm quiet, don't take that like that. And anyway, but that's a whole other thing. But to come back and bring it around, it just came back to, he broke down crying. Just like, man, I just want my dad. I just want to be and grow with my dad or whatever. Damn. So he doesn't live in Chicago anymore. He's everywhere like that. But that cut me so hard. You know what I'm saying? That cut me so hard to like all that shit finally came out. From my mother's passing, my sister's passing, the whole night. Yo, you seen the Green Mile?
Yeah.
So remember when Mike, the swole nigga, just like let all that shit out?
Yeah.
Nigga, if I didn't cry and scream and like,
get all of that out.
To get it out or whatever like that, but I needed that to do that, and that was the breaking point of it, of the thing.
It's a breakthrough,
the breakthrough of that one family breakthrough, generational, you know what I'm saying, a whole bunch of things, and dealing with that, and it took him to be 25 and me to be where I am now. But I'm saying, to say that about the Master P and Romeo situation, we don't know how Master P dealt with any of his hardships, people being locked up, his disappointments. I mean, I don't never want to imagine me losing my child.
Nah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Nah.
So who knows what he was dealing with when his daughter did, especially by her own hand or whatever and stuff like that. So I'm only saying that to say, like, that situation definitely affected P, I'm sure.
Sure.
I can only
no way it couldn't.
What's the word you can't empathize?
Yeah.
I definitely empathize with that. But then I'm sure, as Romeo being the son, being the brother, being the, you know what I'm saying, older man now, whatever, that
having
probably
different perspective.
That definitely effed with him too. So I'm just saying, I just think they probably need to have a conversation in depth behind some real doors and break down some other shit. That was some other stuff. That was Romeo lashing out quickly.
I think that, you
understand what I'm saying?
100%.
And then P, like, because he is what he is now, he might have dealt whatever he might have dealt with, and the Twitch thing probably allowed him to speak on it. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. He might have got to that level now. That this is what that is. That he was even able to say something or whatever. I just just talking about it now, I don't never ever, in anybody who's lost a child, my condolences and everything, but that's in the depth that I've seen in my life, I never ever, I hope to God, I pray to God, I've never experienced that and seen one of my children go. You know what I'm saying?
Out there, for sure. I think that when you talk about P and he having experienced the loss of his daughter, but also having experienced the downfall of his professional baby. You know what I'm saying? That being No Limit. Like, he went through that too. Like, that was the peak. They was like, you couldn't get hotter than them niggas. Like, they was fire. Cash Money came, then everybody else came, but they was here. And then you go through that death, then you experience a real death. And like P just been through a lot. And again, I'm not right, wrong. I don't know what's going on.
We don't know.
Shit. But it's unfortunate to fucking see. Yeah. Like, it's real fucking sad to see. But
it was obviously pain there, and I'm just saying, like, I'm sure Romeo has been there. That's his son, been there through the whole thing, and so he just had to lash out. And unfortunately, that's what people on right now, or the younger generation or whatever like this. Like, everybody's got to say something on Instagram.
So you seem like you've tried to be intentional about, keeping the main thing, right? And just even as you pursue your baby being Fashion Geek, but also maintaining your shit with the fam.
Yeah.
Sometimes those things conflict, no?
Well, I don't have that I don't have that because I'm the provider for a lot of people in my family. You know what I'm saying? Like, I make sure my mom is right. My nieces and nephews are like my kids. My brother is a real loose cannon street nigga. You know what I'm saying? I provided a business for him. You know what I mean? And again, my wife is my best friend, so she understands that this is my baby. You my wife, but this is my baby. You know what I'm saying? And it's goods and bads. You know what I'm saying? You can sit here and complain about some of the things that you would like. You may want to lay in the bed and watch this movie sometimes, but you go through your phone and the trips and the shit that we've done and some of the things you dreamed of. So it balances. You know what I'm saying? I don't have that. I don't have any issue when it comes to balance. You know what I'm saying with work. You know what I'm saying? Because this again, I don't feel like I have a job. I'm doing what I love.
So let me ask you this: just in that, do you feel like you trading time for provision?
Nope. I feel like I'm just being honest and I'm learning from other mistakes and just having a conversation with an individual and we just have a real understanding. See, what I learned, the hardest thing I learned is I couldn't deal with somebody that was just like me. It had to be an opposite, meaning my wife is very, Dave would tell you, family oriented. She talks to her sister, her mom, and her best friends every day.
Shout out, Miss Jackson.
Yeah, sometimes Dave and them got to call me to be like, yo, you good?
You good? Right.
Because I get in the zone and I just,
right.
bro, I really dream. I feel like that's the difference between me and a lot of the world. I dream.
Come on.
I feel like it's nothing we can't sit down and do. Like I said,
right.
we podcast. We've never, and it's a gift and a curse because it doesn't teach you the business part because we've always just been hands-on everything we doing.
No,
we came in clothing lines.
Dreamers.
And stores.
Dreamers.
And podcasts and all the things that we got. It's always just been hustle. We didn't learn. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get my credit fixed till I was 40 years old. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, just being honest. It's just like that. But as far as like it being, I don't have an issue. You know what I'm saying? I think it takes 5 minutes to shoot a FaceTime to my wife, ask her has she ate, everything cool, we talking, we on the same page. And this, again, I'm going to the shop tonight. She know where I'm at. Like, that's just what I'm on. Like, I understand it. And like I said, I learned from Dave because it was just a choice that Dave made. Dave made a choice, you know what I'm saying? When I think of Dave, I think of the Kanye shit. And it's so cliche. Don't leave while you hot, that's how May screwed up. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all was fly crazy, but Dave told me, like, nah, this shit is affecting my career, bro. Dave is the first one. We in Miami at Music Winter Conference. We at Miami, no exaggeration, and it's 40 of us. We all got on fly T-shirts. 3X. When I was a medium.
Right, that
you know
time.
what I'm saying?
Right,
That's
right.
just what we was on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm just sitting back like, nah, this is super dope. It meant the same thing as when LRG was hot to have a fly joint on, whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? I started my thing, and I got best dressed in high school. So it was always something that I was into.
Right, clearly.
It's just that when I started it, I'm like, let me sit back and look at all the brands I love. Eventually, they run up a bag, and then they don't own them no more. Like, I've been watching the formula. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn. So no brand is going to stick around forever. Nobody is really doing this then for the love. It's all about the bag.
Quick cash in.
That's just not what I'm into. I'm into what I do. I will be making clothes until I die. That's my calling. That's what I'm into. I love to create. That's just the thing. Now I got other things going on that get me a bag because I like fly shit. I like big cars and watches and views. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if you ask me what I want to do forever, it's a cutting table, it's a computer, it's a mood board, it's some clothing shows. This is what I like doing. So it's just, I just feel like it's the understanding with you and whoever you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying?
So my thing, I mean, Jimmy Coco, boy. She was like, hey, Sunday, nigga, Sunday, unless there's a check, you right here. And that's Sunday dinners, you know what I'm saying, and everything. And I love it. I wouldn't trade it for nothing else. You know what I'm saying? And that is just like, so that's just my balance. Cheerleading, dance recitals, and Wati band, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. I mean, I love swim lessons and all. I love that shit. I love it.
Salute to both of y'all, too. I will pass it to you for the last word. We'll put a bow on this and get up out of here, man.
As far as the P and Romeo thing, man, a few years ago, man, old head Celine, Shout out to Salim Muwakil.
Shout out to
Shout
King
out to
Salim.
Salim.
All honor and respect to you, sir.
Yes, sir.
He hit me to this concept called John Henryism.
Mm.
And it's a real thing, right? And it's a concept of how men work themselves to death trying to find value. And when I see the Romeo and Pete thing, I see, like we said a minute ago, right? Just we're in this moment in time where they like express yourself. But the truth is, you don't really want to hear what the fuck I got to say, right? From the outside looking in, P has put his life on the line to essentially support his entire family, right? He made every one of his brothers financially stable. He made his entire family financially stable. I think his two youngest boys right now is playing college ball at the Black College on scholarship with what's the name and licensing deals?
NIL, yeah.
NIL deals, right? So when I see the Lil Romeo conversation come out, the fact that it's public is a problem for me.
Yeah, that's a big problem.
That's one.
That's what I was saying in social media.
Yeah, that's a problem. But it also speaks to the disconnect in value and getting back to John Henryism, right? Well, you always talking about finding that balance and a man's value being directly associated with his level of production, right? So P running the motherfucking race, and he's being successful at running the race, right? But there's no end to that race. So the average motherfucker just keeps running. You know what I mean? Keeps running. Even when he runs and he brings Lil Romeo around, maybe Lil Romeo was looking for something different. Not to be a part of the race, but to have a daddy.
Daddy, yep.
You know what I mean? And that's a if you're winning at that level and you know how rare that is, it's very difficult to let go of running. Right? My father was an entrepreneur. He wasn't winning at that level, but when I wanted to see my old man, I had to get on his hip and run the race with him. That's when I got to see him. Otherwise, you wasn't seeing him. You know what I mean? I hooped all my life, too. That nigga been to one game.
Yeah.
One. You understand? My son has a different experience. I done been to every one. Right? But I'm just a more efficient runner.
Smarter, not harder.
Just a more efficient runner. The times is different. You know what I mean? The opportunities is different. So when you see Romeo coming out, I say this about my father, too. I say this all the time. And maybe this is a public recognition that Romeo's having. I say from 0 to 25, I couldn't stand my old man. Couldn't stand that nigga.
I was thinking that
He was
when
a
Pop
very,
was talking
very
about
hard
his
man.
experience with his son being 25.
Very, very hard man, right? You gonna learn how to work. You gonna learn. Again, John Henryism. You gonna create value as a man in the lexicon of your manhood experience.
Yeah.
Right? Then I had a level of maturity, hit my ass at 25, and I said, man, thank God I took in all them fucking lessons. Right? For me, it looks like Romeo just ain't matured to that point yet.
And that's
all.
that's basically what I said too, Papa. Just it ain't hit him like that or whatever.
Yeah, and I ain't
And they gotta have
justifying
that-
P.
No, not justifying
It
P.
just said that man love you, bro.
Yeah.
Or you wouldn't be who you are.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right.
That's just my opinion.
Exactly.
I just think too, just to piggyback, man. We going. I ain't respecting nothing that's happening this year because it's a new day for everybody. This year has been the most
Reset.
biggest reset probably, and everybody I know on all levels are affected by this year. You know what I'm saying? It's just okay. Last year, Romeo, you probably was standing on couches getting paid your premium or whatever
Right.
you desire for a party, and now when it's slow, everybody just losing their mind, man. It's bad out here, man.
Not being real.
Goes back to what I said about confusing the tool with the goal.
Yeah,
It goes back to the mindset of get rich or die
The money
trying.
ain't really the value. It's just a tool
right.
for your real goal.
I
Right.
feel like what y'all saying, and I ain't gonna keep it going either. That's just some mature shit y'all saying. Y'all can expect the average dude that's scrolling on their phone, seeing what they want, to tell them that and expect them to get that.
Facts.
That's why we call that segment Eyes Wide Shut. Right? Everybody can see it. Nobody's really looking at it. Or everybody's looking at it and nobody fucking sees it. Eyes wide shut. We all experiencing the same shit, but not really getting from it what we need to be getting from it. And I think that when we can, that is because we are, as you said earlier, Dave, rooted. That is because we are able to balance it. That is because we are able to value it. the proper level and put things in their proper place through perspective and value. And I think if we can get there, it will allow us to run the race, to climb the ladder, to build the brand, to grow the podcast, to build the record label, to whatever the fuck degree that you own. It will allow you to do that without letting so many other things that are truly, truly important to fall by the wayside. You can find that balance to make that FaceTime call. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You can understand the lessons that took 25 years, a quarter century to fucking learn.
Mm-hmm.
Like, damn, that shit matters. And to have both of y'all sit over here and say, you personally, it took you a quarter century to get the lesson. You talk about your son, a quarter century, and it's like, damn, now it hit. Only through tragedy. Only through loss, right? Only once your pops was gone. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. Do you or you know what I'm saying? Getting to that point where it started to hit. And I think that if we can do anything to make sure that people are able to catch that level, catch that lesson, before that bottom come up at you, man, we need to do everything we can to get to that space, man. I want to say thank y'all, man, to both of y'all brothers, man, for coming through.
Thank you
chopping
for
it
having
up.
me.
Definitely appreciate
Man,
y'all, man.
Door is always open,
For
so I know you be in and out this motherfucker, Dave. I know you be having a million motherfucking things going on, but anytime y'all want to come through, we'll come through. We'll just bug E about it. She had some other things in the works for a couple weeks for this particular episode, and then you yell on the mic like, "Can we come through?" Like, "Yep." And then I came and hollered at you like, "You want to come through?" You're like, "Yep." I'm like, "E, we need to move it." She's like, "Fuck."
But let me say this though, man. Y'all got a super dope ass setup, man.
Man,
And I
appreciate
think
it.
it's important that y'all get the word out and do whatever. We help spread the word
Word
because
out.
this is the realest podcast and
Herb and
setup
Tou.
that I've
Herb
been
and
to,
Tou.
man.
Herb
This
and
shit
Tou.
is dope, man. Congratulations.
Ah,
man.
thank you so much, man.
Shout out to E.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout out to her sister AP, man. Her sister Eris too. Like that.
Yeah, Eris is
dope
dope.
family. Like Eris is my wife's sister, and I call her AP for always on point. That's my girl, man. I love y'all, man. I love y'all.
Eris is dope.
I love all y'all.
I love all y'all. He got another nickname I'll tell you at the end of the show.
Okay.
But nah, we appreciate y'all, man. We'll make sure we get this chopped up. Shout out to P.I. Shout out to Ron Rilla, man. We'll get these clips and everything chopped up, and we'll get y'all some clips. And if y'all, see fit to throw them up, that'd be dope to help us do what we do. Either way, man, appreciate y'all so very, very much. So salute to you, man, for continuing to build and doing what you do, man. Pop, you already know what it is, my brother.
Love is love.
Make sure y'all get to
Can I shout
Some
out?
effect-
Can I shout out Tou? I'm sorry.
Shout whatever
Can I
y'all-
shout out Tou and his mauve, man? You did this mauve, man. This mauve.
Yeah, Mauve is dope.
Mauve is
That is
You know what I'm
fly.
saying?
The
That is fly.
The mauve is marvelous.
We
man.
got that.
Zoe
from
might
Hov.
not know this.
Oh,
though.
he got that from
He
Hov.
got that from
He
Hov.
got that from Hov.
Hov had this.
I got a
suit
whole
on.
3-piece
Hov
mom
had
suit
this
because of
suit
Hov.
Before
on.
Hov knew what mom was, I was out here, baby. Let me tell you
Had it
something.
laid out for you, knew what the plan was. 300 mil later, now you understand us.
Way before Hov.
It
Shout
all
out to
come
the-
from home.
It all come from Hov.
But he got
Hov
on.
did.
He got on the
Hov
shirt. He got on the shirt. He got on the plaid under this though, with the mauve.
That was Hov too.
Button up.
Tou button up.
Hey.
Change clothes, pop.
I don't wear jerseys. I'm 30 plus.
That's
Give me a
Hov.
crisp pair of jeans, nigga. Button up.
Hov too, man.
Hov did.
That was Hov.
I got a long history in fashion too, right? I don't
Okay,
talk
okay.
about it like that, but I'm one of them.
Yes.
niggas.
Yes.
Hov did.
I've definitely
Yes.
heard your name for
Yes.
years, bro.
Yes.
For years, man.
Yes.
Oh man, they tried to erase me.
Shout out to you, Tou. Shout out to you, Tou. Listen, man, we got a slide. We will be back here for another edition on Friday, Relationship Friday edition. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all so very, very much for being a part of this conversation. Appreciate y'all who left y'all's input, who shared the broadcast. Again, thank y'all so very, very, very much. Huge special thanks to our dope. Y'all don't even want to. It ain't guests. It's just family hanging out, man. You know what I'm saying? But appreciate y'all so very much for following through. That is Dave Jeff of Fly and Summerfest and Puma and whatever, the father, the husband.
Legend conversations. Father, husband. I mean, man. The man. Just I'm a man.
That's facts, man. Listen, if it ain't true, if it's the truth, it ain't flexing,
I'm
bro.
a man.
It is what it is.
BWS, man. I'm a man.
BWS.
No, that's boom. So that's the boot. Y'all wait to the boot.
Oh, okay.
Made in Italy. Wait.
Oh, Wednesday. One more time.
Oh, Wednesday.
Wednesday the what is that? The 21st.
Yes, sir. Puma Duce holiday party at Hugh. Rock with us. Or you got to get an RSVP. My bag. It's probably gonna be too late by the time you see this, but it's gonna be banging.
It is gonna be cracking. We'll be in the building. We'll let y'all know how it went on another day. Summerfest tickets are out.
They out. HighParkSummerFest.com. Get your 2-day pass right now before they gone. Remember last year, y'all was mad at us, but don't be mad. Just it's $89. And the talent, believe me, is gonna surpass way what we did last year.
I don't know, them thighs was thigh.
Hey.
Oh, Ashanti.
Oh, them thighs was thighs.
Them thighs was dying, boy.
We're gonna get some booty in.
Hey, let's get some booty in there.
Booty.
Hey,
Yeah. But
hey,
flowerworld.com.
I just want to say this for the record. Last time you was here before Summerfest last year, we called out that it was gonna be Ashanti, and you was like, "What? I ain't saying yet," because you was like, "We can't say it." We was like,
Hey.
"That's not like Ashanti." You was like,
Right.
"Hey, you gotta wait and see,
Right,
Pop."
call out a name now. You obviously have the vision.
You said booty in. Little pinky toe coming.
No, nigga.
You shot me in the pinky toe.
Some more beautiful women.
All right, cool. We'll get to it. We got time.
Yes.
We got time before we
Yes.
start guessing, before everything start getting released.
Yes.
But make sure y'all go highparksummerfest.com.
Let's finish 22
Get your
first.
tickets early. We got to lock you into us being media sponsors though. We got to lock that in.
We on having a whole media stage. We on it.
Let's fucking go.
Growth.
Zoe, Fashion Geek Zoe. Man, how can people keep up with you? What is fucking coming next? Where they need to go? How they get online? How they go to the store? What's the latest drop? Is it fall drops? It's spring drop coming up now. I don't know the fashion calendar. I'm not that type
We
of
just
fashion
dropping.
nigga.
We don't need to rock with the fashion
Fashion
calendar.
calendar.
You know
Ooh,
what
I
I'm
love
saying?
it.
Nah,
Go
we
crazy.
don't. Yeah, just we got a spot in South Loop, 69 East 16th Street. We in Beverly, 1850 West 95th Street. The website is alonzojackson.com. My other brand drops the end of January, Alonzo Jackson. That's
on.
my signature brand. I got 2 artists that
That's
I
the
got on
high-end
paper.
exclusive joint. I can see how it
It's
sounds.
cool, it's
I feel
cool.
like your
You
name
know
is
what I'm
written in cursive on the Alonzo Jackson joint.
It is.
Absolutely.
You named it.
Absolutely.
You knew it.
Come on, you synced it.
It's
I know.
crazy. You know, that drops
That's
next
hard.
month. You know what I'm saying? I got 2 artists that I got on paper. I don't really want to speak on it yet,
Okay.
but they both got really, really good situations coming for next year. So I'm in a really, really good space, man.
Love that for you, brother. Please, when your artists drop, bring them through. We would love to chop it up with them.
Please,
Man.
definitely.
For sure.
I got 2 of them, man.
Man.
2 good ones.
That's Dave. That's Zoe. Shout out to Jake, a.k.a. Jamal Jackson, doing all of the hard work behind the camera. Huge shout out to the dopest producer in the podcast game. We like to call her E4O. She prefers to go by her better-known name, Peggy Bundy. Peggy Bundy over there. Shout out to P.I. Shout out to Ron Real again, man. The whole team doing dope work, man. We appreciate y'all so much for tuning in. We got to get up out of here. For Tou, my name is Herb. Y'all be good to each other. Peace.
Shalom alaikum.